afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
These gray days, they all just sort of blend together.
True, and we're in the calm before the storm.
Yeah, that's typing our headlines. Tomorrow is an alert day. Julian Seawright will tell you when you might want to wear your snow boots.
Former Dane County sheriffs joined the current sheriff in calling on the Dane County Board to push through funding for the stalled overhaul of the Dane County Jail.
And Wisconsin Democrats introduced legislation to try and bring out more voters for the February election. Let's take a look outside. This sums it up.
It's still a pretty shot, though.
It is a pretty shot.
The lake is always
James
pretty.
Madison Park, the way it looks. The weather words tracking the storm, and Julian's doing just that out in the patio.
That's right, and giving us a little bit of an update of what we're going to be expecting heading into our Wednesday night. Well, we have winter storm watches in effect for virtually all of southern Wisconsin, mainly west and northwest of Dane County. So this would include Iowa and Grant counties, Sauk and Columbia as well, and then further north as we go throughout much of Wisconsin. And that's going to be impacting our Wednesday night and for our Thursday as well. And that's also where we're going to start to see a bit of those heavier snow amounts as we get into the rest of the storm. But this is what we're looking at for our alert day. The winter storm in itself is going to really start to make impacts late Wednesday night into our Thursday as well, specifically into the morning hours. So this could really impact your morning commutes, and it's definitely going to be enough snow for you to want to shovel and snow blow as well as we get into our Thursday afternoon. We're looking for 2 to 6 inches of snowfall to be expected, and some of that mix will be mainly toward the Illinois state line. So it's really going to be about where you are, but that heavy snowfall in itself is really going to be just to the northwest of Dane County and even around areas around Madison as well. But as we take a look at our radars of right now, it's been a quiet day. It's going to continue to be that way. However, it's also been quite cloudy as we have some really stagnant cloud cover, which is just setting the stage for us to see some of that snowfall heading into tomorrow. Taking a look at what we can expect for tonight, well, temperatures will be into the middle 30s. Still going to be on the light breezy side, but overall cloudy is what we're going to really hold on to. Heading into tonight, we'll see a low around 31 degrees. May see some patchy fog as well as we get into the rest of tonight. Now, a quick look at our traffic. Rather smooth along the Beltline as right now. We're all green, and even into our interstate, relatively the same type of story. We're going to talk more about what else to expect and how you can prepare yourself in a few moments. Until then, back to you guys.
All right, Julian, thank you. Dane County sheriffs, past and present, are calling on the Dane County Board today to greenlight a referendum for this spring to push through funding for the stalled overhaul of the Dane County Jail.
The board will vote on it on Thursday. Our Andrew Banstra met with the sheriffs this morning, and he's here now with the story. Andrew?
More than 3 decades of Dane County sheriffs spoke in solidarity today. It's something that they say they all fought for as sheriffs, approving a new jail that provides humane conditions for inmates. The sheriffs shared their horror stories from the 1950s building that they say is not just out of date, but also a health and safety risk. Ahead of the Dane County Board's vote on Thursday, the quartet of sheriffs made a final plea.
Society has put a lot of responsibility on our criminal justice system. They demand that our jails provide adequate medical care, mental health care, programming, so that we can reduce recidivism. We, as sheriffs, have accepted that responsibility and do it gladly. But we beg our decision makers in this jail project to allow us with the facilities to continue to treat individuals with humanity.
The sheriffs recognized how rare the joint press conference was, all saying that this matter crosses party lines. They added that when 4 sheriffs are the voice of reason for inmates, things must change. We've covered this story from the beginning for years, and it's unclear whether the board will pass the approval for the referendum on the ballot this spring.
Andrew, thank you. The United States Marshal Service is now helping Madison police with their search for a man suspected in a downtown Madison shooting. Officers with the Madison Police Department have been searching for 40-year-old Lamar Jefferson since November 29th after he allegedly shot another man on State Street. Jefferson, who has ties to Madison, Milwaukee, and Chicago, has no known address, which police say has complicated their search for him. Madison Police Department spokesperson Stephanie Fryer said in an updated updated incident report that the department still has multiple resources from the department's violent crime unit assigned to the search for Jefferson.
A trial is underway for a former Badger player accused of double homicide. Jury selection and opening statements were held today in the trial of Marcus Randall. Randall is charged with double homicide for the murders of Brittany McAdory and Sierra Winchester, who were found dead alongside the road near the interstate in Janesville in February of 2020. Randall played for the Badgers for 3 seasons from 2004 to 2007. Our Armand Rahman is at the courthouse right now, and he'll join us with more details tonight at 5.
At the state capitol this afternoon, the Senate is meeting for an unusually early floor session.
That's because both sides of the aisle are working quickly ahead of a deadline to get on the April ballot.
Political reporter Will Keneally explains where they stand. Will?
Well, so Mark and Susan, if you look ahead to that April election, it's usually pretty low turnout, right? But this year, there is a high-profile state Supreme Court race, a race that will determine the balance of the state's high court. And so because of that, both sides of the aisle are trying to drive up turnout by adding other issues to the ballot. So Democrats today rolled out a plan to add a referendum on abortion to the April ballot. Now, that would likely drive up turnout for the liberal justice candidates in that race. Today, Governor Tony Evers took a shot at Republicans' stance.
They continue to act like there's room for compromise when it comes to restoring the constitutional rights and freedoms Wisconsinites had for almost 50 years before those freedoms were taken away from them in one fell swoop.
On the other side of the aisle, Republicans in the Senate today voted on a bail reform constitutional amendment. We could see that possibly drive up Republican turnout this spring. So the Senate just a few minutes ago wrapped up their vote on the bail amendment. It is supported along party lines, all Republicans supporting it, with 2 Democrats jumping party and joining Republicans in that vote. So we'll wrap up that vote tonight at 5 and hear from one of those Democrats. Reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Will. We'll see you at 5. A large fire broke out at an East Madison trash compactor yesterday. An employee at the compactor noticed smoke coming from a chute and called 911 around 9:30 yesterday morning. Firefighters opened up the compactor and were able to put the fire out. No injuries reported. The exact cause of the fire could not be determined. Investigators could not rule out the possibility that a lithium-ion battery may have been discarded and placed inside the compactor. The White House is defending itself for not being more forthcoming with public information after classified documents were found in the president's home and office.
While Republicans say the investigation into those documents isn't fair. Nicole D'Antonio has more from Capitol Hill.
Will you commit to speak to the special counsel?
President Biden ignored shouted questions from the White House press corps Tuesday about the special counsel investigation into his handling of classified material. The White House says it is limited in what it can say publicly now that there's an ongoing investigation.
We are trying to be very prudent here, and we're trying to be very consistent and say this is an ongoing legal process, and this is why I say we're just not going to comment from here.
The White House has turned over roughly 20 documents found at Mr. Biden's home and former office.
At no time did he get raided by the FBI. At no time did they come forward and say who was there could actually see these documents that are sitting in the garage behind a Corvette.
Republicans say the Justice Department is handling the investigation into President Biden differently than the investigation into former President Trump. The White House says it immediately turned over the documents to the National Archives and notified the DOJ, whereas the FBI executed a search warrant to recover more than 100 documents from former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago home after he denied repeated requests to turn them over. In both cases, the DOJ has assigned a special counsel to see if there's criminal wrongdoing.
But are the same amount of agents investigating this that are investigating President Trump? Is the same push behind it? It just does not seem fair.
House Republicans have already launched a select committee to investigate what they call the weaponization of the federal government, claiming the DOJ unfairly targets conservatives. Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And the White House says it's reviewing oversight letters from House Republicans and will respond in due time, but at the same time calls the investigation's political spin.
Police in Albuquerque say they caught the man behind a series of shootings targeting the homes of local Democratic officials. A SWAT team took 39-year-old Solomon Pena into custody yesterday. He ran as a Republican for a New Mexico state House seat in November. Police say after he lost the election, he hired 4 people to shoot at the homes of his Democratic opponents. No one was hit in any of the shootings.
Evidence that we have is not only firearm, but it's also from cell phones and electronic records, surveillance video, and multiple witnesses inside and outside of this conspiracy.
Investigators say Pena complained that he felt the election was rigged, posting back in November that he stands with Trump and he never conceded his race. Pena has a criminal history. Lawmakers in New Mexico tried to bar him from running for the state house seat after he served prison time for burglary and larceny convictions. Evacuation orders remain in place tonight for parts of California after the newest storm hammered the region yesterday.
Mudslides could bring danger long after the rain has stopped. The death toll has risen to at least 20 since late December. Marjorie Cruz and her husband woke up to the roar of cascading mud slamming into their Berkeley, California home of more than 20 years. Mud piling up to their roof, breaking through their home and flowing into their backyard, wiping out their patio and shed. It's a first for at least one Berkeley fire official.
It's pretty sobering. 23 years, we haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything like that here where it's actually taken out a home.
More than 500 landslides like this one have occurred statewide since the new year, and more than 100 slides between Sunday and Monday alone. Fire crews in Santa Cruz captured this dramatic scene as a road collapsed, the asphalt buckling and crumbling down a hillside. Experts say a persistent cycle of wildfires and droughts in California has actually increased the mudslide risk. Cleanup is beginning. That could take weeks. Repairs could go on for months.
A teen accused of first-degree intentional homicide entered not guilty pleas today. The charges stem from an event in the Beaver Dam Walmart parking lot where he almost killed a girl. He told police he was worried he would get in trouble for stabbing her, so he tried to kill her with his car, saying, quote, "I wasn't thinking, my body just took over." Lenz has a $150,000 bond.
A suspicious package was found outside the biochem labs on UW-Madison's campus this morning, causing some concern, with police asking people to stay away from the area. But UW-PD spokesperson Mark Lovicott said police examined the odd-looking package found near the dumpster and determined there was no threat to the area.
Well, here's a happy story. A French bulldog that was stolen from her family in Ireland 2 years ago was reunited with her rightful owners this weekend. The Dublin SPCA said the dog was found in the middle of a busy road in Dublin. When the charity scanned her for a microchip and looked up her details on the FIDO database, they found the French bulldog was listed as stolen 2 years ago. Video posted by the Dublin SPCA shows the emotional reunion between the family and their beloved pet in Dublin. Baya, who is sporting a lavender sweater that you can see there, licks the tears from her owner's face.
That is heartwarming.
Oh, it really is. We love a happy ending.
Yep, we do. Well, still to come at 4, it's no yolk. Egg prices are up. Sunny side up.
That's some good writing there, Mark. We'll find out why shoppers are shelling out big bucks and scrambling
I'm done.
for lower prices when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning, visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Cleaning is the worst. Seriously, there's gotta be a better way. So we gave Swiffer a shot. If we don't love it, we get our money back. Spoiler alert, love it.
Sweeper's heavy-duty dry cloths grab dust and hair and lock it away. Better than my broom that can push it around. It even gets into hard-to-clean grooves and grout lines. Cool.
And Swiffer Duster gets in all those hard-to-reach places, trapping 3 times more dust. Yeah, switching a Swiffer, totally worth it. Love it or your money back.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
The Power Swabs were so easy to use. I don't have to have strips sitting on my face for an hour. I don't have to have a foam tray where I feel like I'm gonna gag or I'm gonna go play football. I've tried like every over-the-counter whitening because, you know, I'm one of those people that I'm like obsessed with white teeth.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like, you gotta leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with Power Swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on and it was good to go.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab and I just gotta rub it around my teeth, and that was it.
The Secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginniker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip or tray in your mouth for 30 minutes twice a day.
When I used these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain, and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth? With Power Swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Within the first day with the Power Swab, I noticed there was a difference. I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Whiten your teeth this new year by ordering Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the regular price. Yes, 50% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning, visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Welcome back. Freshwater fish contain dangerously high levels of synthetic toxins.
That is according to scientists at an environmental nonprofit. They looked at data from the Environmental Protection Agency's National Rivers and Streams Assessment and a Great Lakes study. The scientists say forever chemicals have gotten into our fresh water and accumulated in fish in high concentrations, known as PFOs or PFAS. They're chemicals manufacturers used in the 50s to make consumer products non-stick and stain resistant. Well, when you're sick, sometimes using something like a humidifier can help.
But a recent study shows many people believe tap water is safe to use in these devices. That's not the case. Tap water is typically safe to drink, but putting tap water in medical devices can be dangerous and in rare cases even deadly if it leads to a brain infection. A majority of people who took part in a 2021 survey incorrectly said that tap water can be used for nasal rinsing or rinsing contact lenses and was safe to use in respiratory devices like a CPAP machine, humidifier, or neti pot.
You think about how we smell, those nerves go directly from the top of our nose up into our brain. And so that, in some instances, may be a direct conduit for infection.
There are easy ways to stay safe. You can buy distilled or sterile water at the grocery store or a medical supply company. If nasal rinsing, buy a sterile premixed can of saline rinse, or you can boil your tap water. When used properly, saline rinses and products are a great way to help you feel better.
The world's economy, climate change, the war in Ukraine, and poverty are all on the agenda at the annual meeting of the World Economic Forum, which is now underway in Switzerland. Ukraine's First Lady took the stage in the Swiss town of Davos today, pleading for global help to stop Russia's aggression. Actress Idris Elba is using his star power to press the global elite to support the world's poorest countries with investment rather than aid, to help fight poverty and protect the planet.
To the businesses, keep investing in mitigating climate change. We can define
a different future.
U.S. climate envoy John Kerry says while time is running out for the world to tackle climate change, there's one thing that can make all of the difference: money. On the sidelines of the summit, protesters are demanding the wealthy be held accountable for climate change and damage to the environment. Those calls for change will echo through the Swiss Alps as corporate and political A-listers will meet in Davos for the next several days.
Well, stocks closed mixed on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials lost 391 points, weighed down by bank stocks. The Nasdaq managed a 15-point gain, but the S&P 500 was off 8. Well, egg prices continue to inch their way up.
It's a story we first told you about a few weeks ago, and there is no let-up in sight.
Vanessa Yurkovich explains what's continuing to cause the price surge.
In chilly Palmer, Alaska, the demand for chickens and their eggs is heating up.
I was already sold out even before the egg shortage. I was selling everything I had.
If you've been to the grocery store recently, you may have noticed fewer eggs and higher prices. Up about 11% last month on average from November, up nearly 60% in the last year. $11.49 for a dozen eggs in New York, $10.99 in Hawaii.
I think it's ridiculous for it to be that much.
The highly pathogenic avian influenza, or avian flu, is largely to blame. Nearly 58 million birds and climbing have died across 47 states in the last year, a result of the deadly virus. Wild birds can carry the disease and spread it to domestic flocks when they migrate.
One wild bird coming into their chicken run, and next thing you know, 10 birds, 20 birds, 30 birds, they're just dropping dead.
Some states now recommending that all poultry be maintained indoors. Poultry and bird shows canceled, and biosecurity around chickens strictly enforced.
The avian flu is serious.
Egg Shop, with 2 cafes in New York City, is struggling with prices on their main ingredient. The fall migration of wild birds sent avian flu cases spiking again.
We go through 7,000 to 9,000 eggs a week, so it's a significant amount of eggs. And in the last couple weeks, they've jumped as high as 60%. How have you been able to absorb the high price increases of eggs? Unfortunately, we have raised all of our prices about 10% on our menu items.
For some, the increased cost is too much. Baked After Dark Bakery in Nebraska will close its doors this weekend.
I think about what our family could afford to pay for a cookie. I take that into consideration. We can't charge $5 a cookie.
The ripple effect goes beyond restaurants and bakeries. Take a look around the grocery store. Items that use eggs, like mayonnaise, are up 11.8% in the last year.
From the flu to the increases in inflation, all combined together with the shortage, it is a perfect storm.
And I definitely have seen the prices shoot up recently.
Does that stop you from making the purchase?
No, not at all. I'm just buying things to make a chicken cutlet, and you need eggs as the basis for that, too. It's one of the reasons why there's no way not to purchase them.
Egg prices, along with other grocery prices, are just one of the many components of the still painful level of inflation we're seeing.
However, recent monthly inflation reports indicate inflation is moving back down, however, very slowly.
Well, it's tough to keep your car clean in the winter, but it's a good idea to give your car a bath once in a while.
We'll get some winter car care tips from our Josh Spreiter coming up later after Julian's First Warn forecast.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Schwab, General Surgeon at Stoughton Health. If you suffer from bothersome or painful spider veins or varicose veins, please join us for our upcoming seminar where you can learn what new procedures may be able to help you.
Monsters of Destruction is coming, and coming with a vengeance. Monster Trucks, Top Trucks, Monster Truck Rides, new to Madison, Quad Wars, no rules, all things go race to the finish you don't want to miss. Buckshot, War Wizard, Heavy Hitter, Against the Queen, and Alcatraz, all ready for 3 massive shows. Every ticket is a pit pass. Come early to meet the drivers. Take a ride, snap a pic with a real monster truck. Don't miss the Monsters of Destruction at the Alliant Energy Center, January 27th, 28th, and 29th. Get your tickets now at monstersofdestruction.com.
Brothers Maine has been family-owned since 1938. Some of us were born into this family, and others chose to join through the years. And we know you can't replace family, but you can replace appliances, and Brothers Maine is here for you when one breaks down. Our in-house team has delivered ranges to washers to refrigerators to hectic households in a pinch, oftentimes the next day. Just because an appliance breaks down doesn't mean you have to. We're not big box. We're Brothers Maine, and we want you to feel like family here.
Hey, do you want to join our rewards program? Collect hot dog points to unlock access to our VIP lounge.
That doesn't seem very...
rewarding. With the BMO Savings Builder account, you get a cash reward for every month you save.
Wait, so you're going to reward me for saving my own money?
You got it. A little incentive to help you get into the habit of saving.
That sounds great, but do you have VIPs?
Yeah, absolutely. We call them customers.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
This is Connie Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. While things have changed, it's still necessary for families to stay connected. And when it comes to the loss of a loved one, it's important to process and grieve and honor your loved one in a way that keeps everyone safe. We're doing this through intimate services and private virtual streaming, so your family can be part of the service no matter where they are. Ryan Funeral Homes are here with your safety in mind and compassionate care in your time of need.
It's a foodie's paradise in this month's Madison magazine. Explore our editor's list of restaurants and chefs transforming the local dining scene. Then create an indoor Eden with our Homebody's Guide to Houseplants. Madison magazine, online and on newsstands now.
Want to know right now what the weather will be like tomorrow? Download the First Warn Weather app and you'll get my customized forecast for tonight and tomorrow.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
If you suffer from bothersome spider veins or painful varicose veins, please contact us at Stoughton Health to learn about what new procedures may be able to help you. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Well, take a look at this. Say hi to Willie and his brand new crocheted canine ears.
Oh, buddy.
This good boy lost his ears when he was attacked by other dogs. But a creative, kind-hearted vet tech at Sacramento's SPCA whipped up some fake ears. The SPCA shared Willie's story on Facebook, and lo and behold, it didn't take long for him to find a home.
Did you see the smile on his face in that other picture?
There he is. Look at that. Oh, my gosh.
That was incredible. That is so cute.
Adorable. Hey, that's a nice little lighthearted story.
Yes.
Good for him. So, a little snow on the way.
A little snow on the way, but a lot of snow for other people. That's kind of the nice little divide that we're getting here in Wisconsin once again. So we're going to talk all about the alert day in the forecast and potential winter storm that's going to be impacting many of us going into our Wednesday nights. Coming up after the break.
Hi, I'm Tim O'Brien, owner of The Healthy Place. I'm excited to tell you about our new Wild Theory CBD products that will get you high fives from everyone you know. Wild Theory's new groundbreaking formula has higher levels of the good stuff, and it packs surprising results. Is it legal in Wisconsin? Of course. Is it potent? You bet. Will you love it? I'm sure of it. Stop by one of our Madison locations or visit findyourhealthyplace.com. Type in high five, and our website will hook you up.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. And if you haven't tried Plexiderm, we've created the best offer yet with our New Year's Plexiderm 10-Minute Challenge. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. Even the 11 lines between your eyes are visibly gone in minutes. Plexiderm works so well that celebrities in Hollywood and people just like you feel years younger in minutes. This is why I'm letting people try it for only $14.95 this New Year at plexidermtrial.com.
So I've had under-eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. I have spent so much money on tons of eye creams, eye gels. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm, and I'm not joking. It works. When I do a collage and and everything is done, it looks amazing. That is exactly how Plexiderm makes me feel. I put it on my face, and somehow, some way, I look together, which is amazing. I'm Jackie, and I took the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge, and so should you.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, seriously, honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there. Like, the bags are gone.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shale rock. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under eye bags and wrinkles in minutes. This new year is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. So if under eye bags make you look tired or feel older, take action this new year and see that younger looking you. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, folks, we're going to be trading in the rain gear for the snow gear now, as we have a winter storm watch in effect for areas all of northwest of Dane County, which is the blue on your screen. We're not looking for it to really extend to about Dane County because of the track of where this system is going to be going, but we can't rule it out as of right now. But we are going to be watching for really for some snowfall totals that couldn't be around 3 to 6 inches for areas around Dane County, but 2 to 6 inches for all of southern Wisconsin is really going to be the margin for us. Areas just into the northwest, which were under that winter storm watch, could see a bit more. But again, our alert day is going to be in effect from Wednesday night into our Thursday. And we're going to see some mixing, not just some snowfall. It's mainly going to be near the Illinois state line as a possibility. But outside of that, our heaviest snow totals and amounts are mainly going to be northwest of Dane County once again. But for right now, it's a quiet day, though it is rather dreary. Once again, we are dealing with cloud cover that is stagnant throughout the upper Midwest, and it is rather chilly as we're still dealing with some northwesterly winds throughout the course of today. But we're going to start to see the system, which is already bringing in snow into Denver and many areas in Colorado, starting to roll its way into the upper Midwest as we get into tomorrow night. But until then, tonight we're seeing temperatures fall just a degree below freezing here in Madison and Fort Platteville as well. 34 degrees for Janesville and around 32 for Watertown. Cloud cover is going to dominate our skies for tonight, and heading into tomorrow, well, it's going to be more or less the same. We're looking at temperatures to rise up to in the upper 30s, but on top of it, not going to be too breezy of a day, but it's going to be one of those days where it's just pretty mundane as we get in throughout the rest of our Wednesday until we get into tomorrow night. Many of us here in southern Wisconsin are going to be in the 36 for Platteville, 38 in Janesville, so upper 30s is what we're looking for, so not too bad in terms of surface temperatures heading into tomorrow. But let's walk through what we're going to be expecting. Now, could see a couple of flurries, but overall things are going to be rather quiet for tonight. Some patchy fogs looking to develop as we get into the later parts of our Tuesday night hours, and then transitioning into our Wednesday morning. Heading out the door, lower 30s, but still rather quiet, not even dealing with very strong winds. Cloud cover is going to be varying once we get into our Wednesday afternoon for some areas, but overall still going to be blanketing us. Then around 5 o'clock, we're going to start to see a little bit of developments just south of Monroe and Mineral Points, where some snow showers are going to start off and then start to move their way into the rest of southern Wisconsin once we get into the 8 o'clock hour. But again, as we mentioned, Illinois state line, between those hours, we are going to be seeing a bit of some mixing just near the border between Wisconsin and for northern Illinois. But for the 5 o'clock hour, we're not looking for it to be much of an issue in terms of our commute. But once we get into our Wednesday night, into a Thursday morning, that's when you're going to have to really pay attention, because we are going to see heavier snow bands just northwest of Dane County, but still on the roadways could be quite treacherous once you're heading out the door. Now, taking a look at our 7-day forecast, we do have the alert day in the forecast once again. That's going to be for our Wednesday nights and for our Thursday as well. Once we're done with Thursday afternoon, we're looking for the snow to pretty much end. May see a couple of flurries linger into our Friday, but overall, we're not looking for any more measurable snowfall during that time period. Heading into the weekend, we're going to be looking at temperatures to be close to seasonable. Around this time of year, we're in 27 degrees is our daytime high. So we're going to be a bit more like January, where over the last couple of weeks, we felt a little bit more like late fall.
Right. Yeah, my neighbor across the street is one of those super dads and built a an ice rink in the front yard.
Oh, really?
And they haven't been able to skate on it since Christmas Day.
Well, it's gonna cool down.
Yeah, it will finally cool down, finally be able to get the opportunity to skate on it.
And for the snow, too. Everybody's excited for a little bit of snow.
Yeah.
Not us.
Not everybody.
Not everybody. Not everybody. That's true. I shouldn't say that.
Thanks, Julian.
Thank you, Julian. Well, for its 70th birthday, Chevrolet gives the world an electrified Corvette.
They're calling it the Corvette E-Ray. There's no need for plug-in charging for the E-Ray's battery system. The battery is charged via regenerative energy from coasting and braking, as well as during normal driving. The E-Ray is the quickest production Corvette in history, clocking a 2.5-second 0 to 60 mile an hour time before breezing through a quarter mile in 10.5 seconds. The 2024 Corvette E-Ray goes on sale later this year. The price, $104,295.
I could see you tooling down the belt line in that, Mark.
I'd never be able to get in it. Or well, I get in it, I'd never get out of it.
Right.
Pretty cool. Well, it's that time of year when it's very important to wash your car to keep it clean on a regular basis.
Photojournalist Mark Schilling visited Mr. Splash in Sun Prairie to see why.
I wash it religiously. It's kind of just the way I've grown up or been taught. My dad kind of put that into my head that if you're going to pay for something, keep it clean and presentable.
This is a closed cell foam, so no sediment can hold on to the wraps. You're able to use a lesser strength of chemical to get the vehicle clean.
It's also keeping your investment clean and not having to fix things on an often basis.
Sometimes it doesn't need it from what they can visually see with their eyes, but as we all see and know in Wisconsin, salt is everywhere this time of year.
I have lived here all my life. I also do snow plowing, so when you get the salt and the stuff sticking to the bottom of your vehicle,
underneath you've got a lot of tubes, you've got a lot of wires, you've got a lot of coatings on a lot of stuff that the chloride that's in the sodium chloride in the salt is just going to absolutely just continue to eat through unless you are washing it and getting that underbody rinse done on a regular basis.
Hence the reason I do the monthly pass. I can wash it every day, and that's a lot of times is all I'm trying to do is just get all that salt and stuff that eats away at your vehicles.
And just staying on top of it just gives the car a fighting chance to maintain a cleaner underbody.
And then it snows again.
No one loves a car wash more than you. Did that make you feel like you need to
You got to time it. Timing is everything with a car wash.
It truly is. You're right.
And having a white car is really helpful.
Yes, I've noticed
They hide the dirt.
Yeah, they really do.
You think otherwise. Well, coming up next year on Live Before, Consumer Reports helps us decide when to buy store brand versus name brand items.
And then coming up next hour at 5, reporter Armand Rahman is in Janesville today for the double homicide trial of Marcus Randall. He'll join us with an update at 5.
Spark inspiration at the Build and Remodel Expo. Chat with local experts showcasing the latest innovations in home building and remodeling. Browse kitchen, bath, and new home construction trends. Visit buildremodelexpo.com for more information.
Hey, I just got a text from my sister. You remember Rick, her neighbor?
Sure. He's the 76-year-old guy who still runs marathons, right?
Sadly, not anymore.
What? You mean...
Mm-hmm. Just like that.
Wow. So sudden. We're not about to have the we need life insurance conversation again, are we?
No, we're having the we're getting coverage so we don't have to worry about it conversation.
So you're calling about the $9.95 a month plan from Colonial Penn?
I am. We put it off long enough. We are getting that $9.95 plan today.
Is it time for you to call about the $9.95 plan? I'm Jonathan from Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. Sometimes we just need a reminder not to take today for granted. It could be the death of someone you know or a health scare. That's why today could be a great day to call for free information about Colonial Penn's $9.95 plan. If you're age 50 to 85, you can get guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance starting at just $9.95 a month. There are no health questions, so you can't be turned down for any health reason. This is permanent coverage. Just pay your premiums for lifelong security. The $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life plan. Options start at just $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. Your rate can never go up. It's locked in for life. Don't put it off. Take the first easy step. Call today for free information. And you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. So call now.
Call 1-800-290-3399 for your free information and free gift. That's 1-800-290-3399. There's no risk or obligation. That number again is 1-800-290-3399. 1-800-290-3399. Call now.
Hello, Colonial Penn?
For back pain, I've always been a take 2 and call in the morning guy. But my new doctor recommended Salonpas. Without another pill upsetting my stomach, I get powerful, effective, and safe relief. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
New at 5, Dane County sheriffs past and present unite to ask the public for help why officials believe voting against the Dane County Jail project is a vote against humanity.
An alert day is in the forecast from Wednesday night through Thursday for a winter storm that'll bring snow to all of southern Wisconsin. The snow will wind down later on Thursday, but temperatures will turn colder. I'll let you know how much snow will fall at 5.
And ahead at 6, a big change in Madison zoning has many renters and homeowners split on the impacts. News 3 Now shows you what you need to know tonight at 6.
A live look at downtown Madison.
That is a wintry picture.
It's looked like that for weeks, it seems.
It does. It really does.
We're feeling inflation pains everywhere these days, especially at the grocery store.
One way to save money is to buy store brands.
Consumer Reports expert taste testers went to work to find the store brands that you'll actually enjoy eating while saving money as well.
Shane Hogan has the details.
Looking to save money at the grocery store? Consumer Reports says leaving store brands on the shelf is a big mistake.
Store brands are almost always cheaper, sometimes up to 70%.
But saving money might not be worth it if the foods don't taste good. Consumer Reports expert tasters blind sampled pantry staples, comparing the name brand and popular store brands. So, can you fill your morning cereal bowl with a Honey Nut Cheerios knockoff that tastes close enough to the real thing but costs a lot less? Yes, if you reach for this box of Honey Nut O's from Walmart's Great Value brand, you'll save 67% per serving.
We found that all the syrups we tested were of very good quality, but some were actually more expensive than the name brand by Butternut Mountain Farm.
What about the maple syrup on your pancakes? The store brand organic maple syrup at Costco won't disappoint your taste buds or your wallet with a savings of 25%. And for you peanut butter lovers, brands from Aldi or Walmart will taste like sweet, sweet savings, about 50% less than Skippy. But CR's tasters say if you're a Skippy fan, skip store brand PB from Target and Dollar General. Both had a less roasted peanut flavor. And speaking of nuts, for the price, testers said it's nuts how good these Costco extra fancy salted mixed nuts were. They were fresh tasting and had a good variety of nuts. And you'll save a lot of money over the name brand Planters. And while Heinz tomato ketchup is beloved by kids and kids at heart everywhere, tasters found that ketchup by Aldi and Target was very good, and you'll save about 70% per serving.
That's very interesting.
It is. Based on prices paid, Consumer Reports says they'd expect you to save the most by shopping for store brands at Costco, Aldi, Walmart, and Target, and the least, surprisingly, at Whole Foods.
So check it out. Give it a try.
Still to come before hospitalizations from COVID continue to decline.
And is a nasal spray booster in the works? We'll get our weekly update from UW Health's Dr. Jeff Potoff when Live at 4 continues.
to your athletic-looking buzz into Madison, Mr. Matt Coupland of Midwest Financial Group. You know, we've had the opportunity to talk about what your business really specializes in over the last year plus. But today, we get to meet Matt's starting lineup of really who takes care of your clients on a daily basis.
Yeah, you know, my team of advisors, we've got Brandon, our chief investment officer, knows, you know, his way in and out when it comes to picking investments and lineups. Eric in our office has extra education, a specialty in helping divorcees. Kurt spends a lot of time helping with Medicare planning, taxation planning, and Nick's had years and years of experience with life insurance and disability and long-term care. So not everybody can know everything. So it's really nice that I can go to those guys. We can go to each other to help our clients.
And you know, he's forgetting one key player, and that's himself. He's very modest, Mr. Matt Coupland, the heart and soul of the Midwest Financial Group team. As far as the clients go, they must feel like they're in really good hands, because no matter what they need help with, you guys have it covered.
Yeah, besides for just those 5 advisors, we've got 2 CPAs, an accountant, we've got you know, a person who specializes just in employee and group benefits for business owners, an amazing administrative team. But when it all comes together, it works. It's pretty amazing. It's really a great team.
Absolutely. And people might not know this. Your office is very specialized in that you offer.
Yeah, we're the only office in the state of Wisconsin that has all of their financial advisors who are certified financial fiduciaries. And that word fiduciary really means that we have to put our clients' interests ahead of our own. And I think that's really important.
Well, the takeaway is clear. When the game's on the line, you can trust Midwest Financial Group. He's Matt Coupland, I'm Emmy Fink, and you are buzzed into Madison.
Did you know that Wisconsin Vision offers telehealth eye exams? I just scheduled my telehealth eye exam easily on their website. Once in store, a tech helps get me started, and then pre-checks my eyes. See my eye on the screen? Then I have my telehealth eye exam virtually with a licensed optometrist on the TV.
Everything looks great, Kate. You're going to love your new prescription.
Ask us about our $59 eye exam. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
Oh, the weather. What's the chance of rain tomorrow?
Ooh, 80%. I make it rain. I make it rain.
Speaking of making it rain, at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, we have an average 95% payout, which leads you to more chances of playing longer and more chances to win big. Play longer, win more, chances are you're gonna like it.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
And a quick update on our traffic, walking through what we're seeing closing into the 5 p.m. commutes. Well, if you're wondering if the Beltline was rather smooth, it is. Just some of the ramps are on the slower side, especially just off of John Nolan Drive. But overall, things are still rather smooth. Unless you're heading towards I-39 just past Cottage Grove, we are looking for a bit of some slow spots onto the northern areas. But outside of that, the rest of the interstate is still smooth as butter. Let's go ahead and toss it back to you guys.
All right, Julian, thank you. Today marks quite a particular celebration in Spain, and it's all about pets. Thousands of people line up outside a church so their furry and not so furry friends can be blessed by a priest. It's all in celebration of St. Anthony's Day, the patron saint of animals. Madrid's St. Anthony Church says between 10 and 12,000 pets are blessed by its priest each year on this day. Pet owners ask St. Anthony for healthy and lengthy lives for their pets.
Oh, that's very nice.
Well, a new study has found that spending time in nature 3 to 4 times a week reduces the need for some medications.
The study interviewed approximately 6,000 random people in 3 of the largest cities in Finland, and it found that those nature visits, like going for a walk in the park or sitting along the lake, were associated with lower odds of using blood pressure, anxiety, and asthma medications. According to the study, observing nature when you're inside, however, does not appear to work.
Oh, you can't watch it on TV?
Or look at a picture. Nope, you have to actually be taking the walk.
Oh, dear. Well, so far it's been a mild winter, but it's still driving us indoors.
Yep, the familiar winter increase in COVID cases we've seen the past 2 years is back with us again this year.
However, overall community transmission in South Central Wisconsin remains low. UW Health's Chief Quality Officer, Dr. Jeff Potoff, is back with us. Good to see you.
Dr. Potoff.
Hi, guys.
What's the situation here in Dane County?
You know, relatively speaking, it's not too bad. So thankfully, RSV and influenza have kind of stayed low. We were worried they might pick back up again. COVID's out there, but not at a level where it's causing us a lot of problems. So from the viral disease standpoint, things are okay.
More people are testing positive, but they're dealing with it a lot better than this time last year. Is this the post-holiday surge that we've been watching for?
You know, I think it is, but it's not that much of a surge. So there's an increase in cases, but nothing like we saw in previous years where we saw pretty substantial increases after some of the holidays, which I think is really a testament to this idea that people have either been exposed to COVID, have some natural immunity, or they've been vaccinated, they've been getting boosters. So there might be a fair number of people who are potentially coming down with COVID. None of us know about it because they test at home or they're not tested at all. And the symptoms aren't so bad that they need to seek medical attention, so it just kind of goes underneath the radar.
Is there any, I heard talk of a possible nasal spray as a booster?
Yeah, so with COVID vaccines being such a popular thing, there's other manufacturers trying to figure out, is there a way that we can do COVID vaccines without getting the jab? So there's research and companies looking at, is there a nasal version, either drops of liquid in the nose or like a little puff of some liquid? They're even looking at oral formulations, which that would be really nice. Hard to say if they'll come to market, you know, whether they can make it through all those FDA trials and things like that, but alternative methods of delivering those vaccines would certainly be welcome. No one enjoys getting a shot.
And COVID's not going away.
No, COVID will be with us for forever. It won't be causing as much problems as it had the last couple of years, and hopefully with time it'll become more like influenza, but it's here to stay.
The CDC said it's very concerned about what's happening in China, though. Are you as well?
Yeah, for as much good news as we have around COVID, there's this wild card right now, which is China in crazy cases. And then that's not just bad for the Chinese people with lots of deaths and, you know, overwhelmed hospital resources, but it creates a good opportunity for a new variant. And what we don't want to see come out of China with all these cases is a new variant that does spoil our vaccines and does cause more severe disease. That could have the potential to make COVID have a little comeback. So we're hopeful that we don't see something like that coming out of China as they go through this massive surge.
Does that keep you up at night?
Oh, there aren't many things that keep me up at night. I don't get enough sleep.
Right, exactly.
I mean, is it a big concern, or I think something to watch out for?
It's a moderate concern, and right now our variants have been Omicron-based, and our vaccines have done really well against that, but you just never want to count COVID out. I remember back in the day, it beat me more than once as far as predictions go. So.
Well, you know, the symptoms of the flu and COVID are they're undistinguishable. I mean, and I've just anecdotally, I have a lot of friends who have been sick, and they said, well, did you take a test? Do you know if it's COVID? No, you know, they just assume it's the flu.
Yeah.
And that's happening a lot. I mean,
but
is there a case to be made for you should take a test?
I think it's a good idea if you have respiratory symptoms, because they're all going to present the same early on: RSV, influenza, common colds, or COVID. If you get the test for COVID and it's positive, a lot of people will be in that higher risk group that would be eligible for medications like Paxlovid. So because we would do something different when we have that test result that's positive, I think it's a good idea, especially with easy availability of home tests.
Okay. If you don't feel well, stay home.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Jeff. Good to see you again.
Thanks.
See you next week. Well, the final check of your forecast coming up.
Wisconsin. It's easy to take for granted how we warm up. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? For many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
All right, team, we got a big project coming up. And it all starts with ordering promotional products.
I'm on it. 4imprint makes it easy to get the logoed products you're looking for. The latest in apparel, drinkware, bags, high-tech items, and more. You can be certain of getting it right at 4imprint.com.
Come on out. I'm on it.
4imprint, for certain.
Introducing SAS, Sauce and Shells, a bold new restaurant on Madison's Capitol Square, combining the best of barbecue and shelled seafood by Chef Joe Perkins. Add a little sass to your lunch or dinner plans today. Open 7 days a week.
At McGann Furniture and Flooring in Baraboo, we know that hardworking people want the most value for their money.
At McGann's, we've already sorted out and selected the brands that we feel offer you the most bang for your buck. From young couples to senior citizens, we offer a huge selection at prices that will fit your budget. And remember, at McGann's, we don't raise prices only to lower them later for a sale. Discover the difference at McGann Furniture and Flooring, downtown Baraboo.
An alert day is in the forecast for Wednesday night and Thursday. I'll let you know how much snow will fall at 5.
And after a beloved educator was killed, leaders respond with solutions after we expose safety concerns where that deadly accident occurred. That's coming up at 5.
How a call for action led to charges against an area contractor Wednesday at 10.
Taking a look at our snowfall potential for the upcoming storm. We're looking for 3 to 6 inches around Dane County, areas to the northeast and closer towards Grant County as well. But further northwest, we're looking for around 6 to 9 inches of snowfall, and closer to the Illinois state line, 1 to 3 inches of snow. But meteorologist Gary Canolti will walk through the timing and the impacts coming up at 5.
All right. Thanks, Julian. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, Angie Horkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council has some sous vide recipes you might want to try.
And Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company will also be here to take your plant and garden questions live. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
Parker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Parker Heating and Cooling.
He has his grandfather's smile,
her mother's eyes,
my cheekbones.
But will she have my diabetes?
My sickle cell anemia.
His father's heart disease?
Go to joinallofus.org to share your health information and speed up health research breakthroughs. The future of health begins with you.
Tobacco can end lives long before it kills you. Quit today so you have a tomorrow.
Call the Wisconsin Tobacco Quit line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Bob's presents 2023 Furniture Resolutions. Resolution number 57. Say yes to new opportunities. Do you want your sectional to store spare linens and toys? Yes! Do you want your sectional to transform into a magical Bobapedic bed for overnight guests? Yes! Do you want your sectional to be as stylish as it is sittable, nappable, place to enjoy a snackable? Yes! Make 2023 your year of yes with one of my playgroup sectionals. Bob's Discount Furniture. Furniture solutions for your New Year's resolutions.
Menards is your one-stop shop for all your pet supply needs. From start to finish, we have you covered with our wide selection of leashes and collars, toys to keep your pets entertained, treats to show gratitude, food for their daily fuel, and a large selection of litter to make the dirty jobs a breeze. If you need it for your pet, you'll find it at Menards, because we know that pets are family, and family deserves the best.
Save big money at Menards.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Parker Heating and Cooling.
In today's Final Touch, the streets of a Spanish village were filled with smoke and the glow of burning wood.
And the clatter of trotting hooves, and you have the markings of an annual festival. Horses burst through soaring flames of nighttime bonfires as the dramatic La Luminarias festival was held in San Bartolome. Riders called mayordomos ride the horses as near as they dare to the bonfires, saying the smoke that envelops them purifies and protects the horses during the following year. Although the true origins of the event has been lost, it's thought that the principal idea was to cleanse the horses of disease. The exact date of its foundation has also been lost, although it can be traced back to the 18th century. Wow. That's quite a sight.
It is.
All right, that's our time for now. We thank you for watching. Hope to see you back here again tomorrow.